This week's episode of the Deckchair and Yumz podcast is brought to you by an apple on a stepladder. Now, Connor, we know that some of the biggest problems in the world right now, it's not the impending war with Russia and Ukraine, it's not the fact that cryptocurrency has dropped, it's the fact that the government have now come out and admitted that a vast number of the COVID deaths during the pandemic weren't actually related to COVID, which leads to the next problem. How are we going to feed this high horse? An apple on a stepladder. So if you've been called an anti-vax, anti-mask conspiracy theorist for the last 2 fucking years, go to www.appleandastepladder.com/I fucking told you so. Play the intro.
Yeah, what's up, motherfucker?
Yeah, what's up, motherfuckers? You'll be watching this on Vimeo, no doubt, because YouTube will have pulled that down within the first 3 fucking seconds.
I had no idea we were going with that. That was fucking... Oh, man. Yeah, we should put a disclaimer out.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we're only
YouTube.
joking. We're only joking.
It's a comedy podcast.
Yeah.
YouTube.
I was doing a wee bit of reading this morning, and I seen on the BBC News website. So basically, there's a push, right? The government are doing a push to try and vaccinate like the last 4 million people in the UK that haven't been vaccinated, and they're making a concerted effort to vaccinate. I couldn't fucking believe this, right? Rough sleepers and fairground workers. Right?
That's all that's left.
I sort of fuck, right? And I was like, I'm in the house this morning trying to like fucking not laugh over my porridge. Going, imagine 2 things. One, they've got that good at vaccinating you, they can now do it on a waltzer. Like, imagine trying to vaccinate. Have you got your vaccine? Stop spelling me! Hold on tight. Woo! Fucking come here, you can't.
Everybody that leaves gets a big bag of candy floss.
Aye, but
done.
I know, yeah. Imagine you're trying to fucking groom some child with a Winnie the Pooh teddy, and all of a sudden somebody from the Tory party is like, "Excuse me, well done on bumming the children. Would you like a vaccine?" And then I was like, imagine being a rough sleeper, right? Fucking, excuse me. You finally found a spot in the doorway.
I've got a needle.
Right. Wake up.
I want to put it into you.
I'm from the government. Oh, great. I'm here to help. Have you got me somewhere to sleep? No. Have you got me like a wee job or something? No. I've got a needle. Oh, thank fuck, is it smack? No. It's about a 3-month immunity to COVID if you're interested. How does this sound? I've laughed all morning.
Oh,
I have
it's
laughed.
a medical marvel. Medical marvel. But yes, you can imagine a stall at the fucking fun fair, couldn't you?
Yeah, they actually...
You put a target on the arm. You throw the needle.
Yeah. If you get a bullseye, you get Moderna, but anything outside of it, they go AstraZeneca and fucking cross your fingers. They give you fucking AstraZeneca and a thing of blood thinners. Away you go.
Well, best of luck to everybody.
Best of luck to everybody,
yeah.
Hold on tight. Woo! Okay, let's go. That's from TikTok. You wouldn't know. You're not young and hip.
Clue.
Not a young hip man like myself.
No, sure, but no, I need to get it replaced.
You do. Here, I hope that never happens to me. That's about 6 months no riding. Like. Hip replacement?
No, that's not what I call that marriage. But I mean, you would like hip replacement would be a big job, wouldn't it?
Depends on the hip.
Big hips.
Oh, big childbearing hips. Who is it? It's what do you call him? What do you call that comedian? Irish guy plays the keyboard.
DOD?
Yeah. Is he the one who's got, like, who's the coolest person in the hospital? The hip replacement guy?
Yeah, DOD, yeah, he's fucking unreal.
He's class. I should say this here. I had a bit of a sad moment over the weekend. I was on Twitter, right? Now I've got a Twitter account to spy on people, but not to actually use.
Yes, of course.
And I was on it after Meatloaf died and realised this is why I came off Twitter in the first place. Because the amount of people, right, that, now I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently Meatloaf didn't have a vaccine. He wasn't vaccinated. And he'd said at one point that he didn't want to be controlled by the government. And the amount of people that heard that and went, I'm fucking glad he's dead. Holy fuck. Blew my fucking mind, right? Yeah. The amount of people on Twitter that are surprised that a rock star is like, don't control me. They're like, fuck him.
His name was Robert Paulson.
Man, I've had a real bad Mandela effect, right?
Oh, no.
I've been convinced Meatloaf's been dead for about 3 years, right? And I'm going to fucking tell you the story, ladies and gentlemen, right? I've got a friend, Gay Richard, right? His name's Richard and he's gay. And if you're listening, Gay Richard, I'd obviously just call you Rick to your face, but just so people know.
You would have thought Dick would have been known, but I'm not going to have
So I've known Richard a good. Gay Richard is he's him and his boyfriend are my friends that I have. So if I can say something homophobic, go don't worry, I'm some of my best friends.
I've got some friends.
That's the only reason I have them hanging about because they're Protestants. I've got very little in common with them. But Richard is a massive Meatloaf fan, right? Fucking huge Meatloaf fan. And this is how I know Meatloaf. I swear to fuck, I've multiversed, right?
Right.
Because I remember Richard would tell me stories about he's such a Meatloaf fan. He's met Meatloaf on several different occasions, right?
Right. Okay.
He's loads of Meatloaf autographs and stuff like that. He's photos with him.
Right.
He'll go meet him after gigs. He'll meet him at whatever conventions Meatloaf's at for whatever the fuck it's at, right? To the point where he was telling me that Meatloaf would see him and go, "Hey, Rick." And I was like, "Dead AI," like for years, right? For years.
Right.
And this is how I know Meatloaf's been dead for years. Because I vividly remember texting Rick when Meatloaf died 3 years ago, going, "Mate, sorry for your loss," right? And I remember it because I remember thinking, I can't believe I'm encouraging this because now he's going to think he's actually mates with Meatloaf, right? So all weekend I've been going, fucking Meatloaf's been dead for years. I'm fucking telling you because I text my mate saying, "Sorry for your loss when Meatloaf died." And I went, "Rick, always sticks in my mind, there's two things that he loves. It's Meatloaf and Ken Dodd." And then I went, "Fuck Ken Dodd." That's who I text him about.
So that's not a Mandela effect. That's just forgetting.
It's just forgetting. For fucking 4 days, I was talking to my loved ones like a fucking space cadet, going, "I'm fucking telling you, Meatloaf's been dead for years." He died of a heart attack pre-COVID, and he didn't pay his taxes. It was fucking Ken Dodd. And you couldn't mix up two people more.
I was going to say.
Do you know what I mean? Meatloaf wasn't
with a feather duster.
I won't do anything for love, but I won't do that. What's I pay taxes?
Fucking
all weekend. I swear to fuck. This morning, shortly after I read that thing about vaccinating fairground workers, I went, "Fucking Ken Dodd." I was nearly committed to a psychiatric ward. I swear to God, I had fucking full blown. I nearly had a fist fight with my girlfriend. I was like, "I'm telling you, he's been dead."
There is for anybody listening and that doesn't listen to Just Rabbiting On, which is our mental fucking podcast on Patreon. The Mandela effect is where some people believe there's different timelines because there are some people in the world who believe Nelson Mandela died in prison, and then other part of the population, which I'm part of, believes that he was released from prison. So there's that.
Because they seen him getting released, being like, "I was shit in there.
Yeah.
I had a really bad time."
But do you know the
My Nelson Mandela impression is the same as my Chinese person.
Well, he travelled a lot.
Yeah.
Did you see the?
My wife Winnie, I didn't see Winnie for 25 years. I was bombed in jail.
I'm going to ask you about a current Mandela effect debate that's going on.
Right.
Do you remember a film in the 90s? Do you know the comedian Sinbad?
I'm familiar with his work.
And there was a film he was in called Shazam.
Right.
Now, I remember seeing that film.
Okay.
But apparently it doesn't exist.
Oh, fuck, right?
Okay, so now there is Kazam, which was Shaq.
Right.
Shaq was in the film Kazam. It's the same sort of idea about kids. But I remember seeing, that's how I was introduced to Sinbad. I never seen him in anything before except for Shazam. But it turns out Shazam isn't real.
Aye.
But half the internet are saying it fucking is. I've watched it. And Sinbad himself has come out and went, "No, I'm not.
I wasn't in that."
But there's pictures of him in the costume. There's pictures, and so there's a Let me know if you've seen Shazam or if you can remember that. Like you probably would have been too young, maybe, but it was like early 90s. It's supposed to come out.
See, I have another one as well about Jimmy Savile. A lot of people said was a notorious paedophile and necrophiliac, but I always remember him as just my first boyfriend. Weird.
He fixed it for you today.
Swear to God, first time I ever tasted a cigar. It was actually his cock.
You should have fucking lit it.
Now then. It is weird, but though I swear to fuck, all weekend I was like, because I remember a couple of days before Meatloaf died, I remember thinking about it. Remember that time I texted Richard being sorry for your loss about fucking Meatloaf?
Right.
And I remember being embarrassed about texting him about it.
Right.
I vividly remember, I genuinely remember being I cannot fucking believe.
So up until Meatloaf died, for those 4 years, anything you thought about Richard on that moment, you were thinking of...
I texted him the day Meatloaf died.
Right. For 4 years.
For 4
Or
years.
3 years, whatever it was. Ken Dodd, whenever he died.
2018, 4 years.
Right.
Because I checked this morning after I realised.
Holy fuck.
Like to the point where I went, I'm not going to go back through my messages in case I'm right. Like I was like, if I fucking jumped, if I quantum leaped into a fucking world where Meatloaf's still alive,
I don't know if that's
which I wish I still could.
if it's a Mandela effect or the whiskey effect.
I know it was maybe. Yeah, it could be just long-term alcoholic abuse.
That's deadly. It took you.
But I swear to fuck, it was this morning. I went fucking Ken Dodd.
There are. I've never had a thing. That Shazam thing is the first time I've ever experienced any alternative.
Aye.
Like I've always been on the side of the people who believe Mandela was released from prison.
Yeah,
because I
you've
think
seen
that's
it.
what happened when we
Yeah.
see it. But,
But how did that even happen? Was that just a newspaper article? Because
I
you know,
don't
like
know.
a lot of times there's rumors that celebrities have died and all that sort of stuff.
I genuinely don't know. Apparently, it doesn't. I mean, you can do more research on it, but half the population fucking believe that he died in prison.
He's been replaced by Morgan
And
Freeman.
then I just want to get some of those people and go, well, what do you think we watched?
Aye.
Like, do they believe it's an actor? I don't know.
Aye. I had a weird
Much strange.
thing last night. Me and my good lady watched a movie last night, and a horror movie, and I had a dream where I was in a hotel with my good lady. It was like a faceless lady, but it was like, oh, we're going with each other. And we walked into the hotel room, and the hotel hadn't been cleaned, and the room was stinking, and the duvet was all balled up, and she was going, you go down and complain. I was like, I'm going to complain. I'm fucking right. I'm going to complain, but it's fucking stinking. And she's like, you never complain. I was like, I'll fucking complain now because this is fucking rotten. And then my alarm went off to wake up, and I was like, thank fuck. I didn't have to, thank fuck I didn't have to go down to that hotel reception in my fucking dream and stand up for myself. Because even in my fucking dreams, I'm weak.
Was it the Overlook Hotel? Wasn't it?
No, it was just fucking. It was one of them ones where like, it's a really fancy foyer. When they opened the door, I went, "That's a travel lodge blanket." Even in my wildest dreams, I'm still in a fucking travel lodge, and it's not even a clean one. Fucking pubes in the pillows and all.
That's a very strange one, right enough. Yeah, I don't know why faceless things are always weird. Is that just to make you feel that you just assign whoever you want to that? Role of being a girlfriend or boyfriend in your dream?
It's a weird kind of, I don't know. Sometimes you have a dream where you're like you see yourself in the dream, and other times it's very much in first person.
Yeah. I've only recently got back, as you know, I'm only recently back dreaming again.
Oh, right enough.
Got my dreams back.
That's good, man. That's good.
It's fucking deadly.
I
swear.
I remember Martin Luther King. Remember the day he got his dream back? Didn't work out. In front of us, 2 or 3 weeks later. Get your hand in my pocket. but was that Malcolm X?
Might have been Malcolm X, because the thing was shot, assassinated.
Sure, it wasn't Mandela. I cannot believe Malcolm X is dead. That's Chris Eubank. I don't get the faces mixed up, just the voices. I'm not racist.
Didn't want to say that.
Some of my best friends are gay.
Oh dear Lord.
I also have for old school listeners of the podcast. I should admit I have a 2-day hangover. I drank 14 drinks on Saturday.
It feels like we're back in lockdown again.
Yeah, I feel like I need a shit at any moment. Like every fart is a fucking panic attack.
Mickey's a wee bit hungover. So you released the beast. That sounds terrible.
I didn't even like fully let the dogs out. Do you know what I mean?
You started drinking in the afternoon, Michael.
Yeah, I know.
That would say
drinking, like.
a lot of.
And I had a
attitude.
little pizza on the way home on the train.
Right.
Did you ever get a little?
No.
Did you ever get that little? It's the best pizza in Belfast.
Get the fuck.
You're not a pizza man, but
No.
fuck me. You know what I got? And you might think, what weird combo? Chicken and pepperoni.
Oh yeah.
Fucking lethal when you're
Unreal.
drunk, when you're
Oh,
steaming. And you start getting paranoid, people are looking at you like they want some of your pizzas. You're like, back the fuck up, bro. Back up. Back. Get back.
Did you take it on the train with you?
I had it before we got
I was thinking.
because I
was
forgot
no way
the
that was
train
lasting.
home's only once an hour.
No way that was lasting.
So what I did was I rattled the pizza and then passed out in the train.
Nice.
So that I didn't have to bulk. Because I've trained, even though that I'm drunk, is when the lady goes, next stop, Moira. I'm all, nearly home.
So you went to sleep not to bulk?
Yeah, I thought I was going to vomit. So I was like,
sleeping
I'm
stop
better
you
off passing out. It's like what I do if I'm in a car with somebody who I think's a really bad driver, I'll fall asleep so I'm limp when the car crashes. I've travelled a lot, man.
And how the fuck do you restfully sleep knowing that there's such a bad driver?
Oh, you just hope. You just like, You're like, yeah, Jesus, take the wheel. I'll just fucking sleep here. And then sure, whenever, because I've seen the ads, body to body. And I'm like, they're too rigid. That's the problem there, you see. But if you fucking loosen it up.
They were too tense, that's what
Exactly,
happened.
yeah, that's what that's. Put
the fucking 18-foot Scania went through them. They were too
that's
fucking
because you were too tense. You put the muscle in the shock there, sure. See if you'd have been stoned or just to re-volume before you get in the car. Relax the fuck, sure. Worst
Them
thing that
ads
happens.
were always fucking brutal, weren't they?
Man, DOE ads here.
The one that always sticks in my mind is the one with the car going over the hedge and the wee girl in the garden.
Yeah, that one.
Oh,
wee
that
boy.
was fuck. Or wee boy was it? Pure horror.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
fuck.
one where the couple's riding each other and then the car rams into his arse and like his dick goes up her with such force that she spits blood out, and Samantha Mum was singing over the top of it. Because it was always the haunted music. It was all like
was
because
it the porno version?
because the one where the guy flipped into the garden, he's all like, and there's no one I'd rather
Yeah,
be.
it's always lovely nice. Yeah.
Like.
Oh, the other one was more upbeat, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
and then there's like, remember the bit of grass fell over and that was to symbolise the wee lad's dead and the guy runs out, he's all fucking no.
it was a horrific fucking. The first time I seen that was oof.
I remember there's definitely come a point, I've told this story a million times, but I definitely remember a stage where we as a society got desensitized to those ads because there was one, do you remember, where the cars kept missing people and then it hit an old fella and he's
That's
carrying a
right.
bag of eggs
That's
and
right.
the eggs splat up against the windscreen and then he's laying dead in his wee anorak, right? And that was it, came on in a pub one time and everybody was going, oh, when the car missed.
Did you lead the cheer on that?
No. I honestly wasn't me. I was just playing pool. Showing you. For anybody who doesn't know the Patreon, you didn't see that visual mime of me playing pool, and that's your own fault because it's only like £3 a month or something. What other ones? The other, like, what was the one? I can't remember what actually happened, but I remember the guy singing, or the song was like, "You don't bring me flowers."
Oh, yeah.
And then fucking.
Yeah, that was a fucking real tears.
Do you know what's a real shame though? The special effects budget for those, like they're doing their own stunts. Yet no, we can't make a decent BBC show.
No,
I haven't the money for it. Well, we can buy you a load of wigs.
maybe the DOE should fucking pitch a show to the
Man, I'm
BBC.
telling you. Yeah, that'd definitely be Jesus, Mary and the wee donkey.
That had to be like. I mean, it had to be obviously. Well, I assume.
Who's to blame for the dead wheel on the back garden? It was them 2 pints, Tim, wasn't it? That's right.
I wonder about who directed that because I mean, obviously there must be somebody local. I wonder if they moved on to anything bigger. Just that was their claim to fame, and then they.
M. Night Shyamalan. Because you were like, fuck it, is Yakon. What a twist. What a twist.
That was a big twist. That one at the end, the oil boiler, the eggs, no.
No, it was kind of timed.
It
It
wasn't as big as a twist as the fucking wee girl or the wee boy in the backyard, and that was.
Yeah, it was about. No, the one where the table knocks 3 people down in the pub. Remember when the lads are all drinking in the bar and then the fucking table goes, and the white people out in the pub and it's like, never ever drink and drive. Well, just one drink, can impair. See the guy who does the voiceovers for the DOE ads, right? I know, I'm not going to use his name because obviously we like to keep people.
Yeah.
But he went to the same.
He's in the business.
He went to the same uni as me, did the same course as me as uni.
Right, okay.
And me and him on the same day, we were both brought back to talk to first year students about how good the course is. Mm-hmm. I had to follow him, right?
Fuck.
And bless him, he took it dead seriously. He was one of those guys that, because I find this with anybody I've met who have gone through the arts, like through uni, right? And that they all dress kind of shitty up until they get a decent job. And then all of a sudden they start wearing waistcoats unironically, right? And he was one of them. He was one of these guys who, like, you go, I know you used to have holes in your jumper. I know you used to be one of those fucking constantly drinking the same pubs as me. And now you're here to talk to these ones. You're wearing boot-cut jeans and you've only got the one pair. Anyway, I'm going, you're wearing brown shoes and boot-cut jeans. You have a waistcoat and a velvet jacket to kind of do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I remember he got up and he was trying to talk and he took his jacket off and really dramatically tried to throw it at a chair to be like, I'm still one of you guys. But it was one of those... It was one of those collapsible chairs with a big gap in the middle of it, and the jacket went clean through it. I just landed on the floor, and I were like change rolled out of his pocket and all, and I was like, like straight away, I'm thinking of that as a comedian. I'm like, I'm gonna smash this one. I was like, I'm gonna fucking. And that was the first thing.
There's my callback.
First thing I did, I had to stand up in front of it, and I went, I don't have a jacket or anything, and everybody was just hiding. Like, and the poor guy was like, fuck you, I have narrated many deaths.
At least if he had a row with you, you'd be going, oh, I love that voice.
Oh, very sexy voice. Absolutely very sexy. He's also the guy who's like, Omicron is real.
Oh yeah, all right.
Yeah,
okay,
same guy.
Same boy.
Yeah.
Right.
I think you should.
Can you spot him now? Whenever?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Oh, you know.
I know.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, right.
But I think they should make him do the train voice, but only for like approaching real shitholes. Do you know what I mean?
The ominous fucking
next
tone.
stop is Larne. You'd be like, "Larne, not getting off here, boys. Stay on to fuck." That says return on the ticket. I want to go home, see my mama.
Do you ever do much voiceover stuff?
No, I got hired to do a voiceover for an ad I was already in, and they didn't use it. They did it, but I did the harp ad. I had another one where it was just like, I think it was just a pint sitting. It was a real quick sting, where they were like, "Oh, look at that," whatever it was. I can't remember. And they were like, "We want Mick," because apparently they thought I was the standout character in the ad, even though, because remember my iconic line, "I couldn't do that, but start," right? And so I was at the Edinburgh Fringe and had to go into a recording studio. And have you ever seen Toast of London?
No.
So Toast of London, it's Matt Berry's in it, and he plays like a voiceover actor.
Right.
And there's one really, really, really famous bit in it where all he has to do is say the word yes, but the guy's like, "Do it again." Do it. And he's going, "Yes. Yes. Yes." Do it again. Yes. Same thing, man. It was like one line. I was there for maybe an hour and a half, just repeating the same fucking thing. Halfway through the Edinburgh Fringe, so dying with a hangover.
Remember what the line was? No.
Nah, I can't remember. I fucking can't remember at all. But I remember like it was one of those things where like it was supposed to pay like $8,000 or something, right? And I was like spending the money in my fucking head. And I remember leaving. They didn't tell me they didn't want it.
Oh, right.
They were like, "Thanks, Mick. Listen, chat to you soon. All the best. Enjoy the rest of the Fringe." And I'm like, "Thanks." Like in a room of my own. Thank you. Fucking eyes watering.
Like,
yeah, scurvy hanging out of me. I haven't had a fucking vitamin 3 weeks. And then getting the bus back into town, like fucking, I am loaded. Like, fuck my $8,000 for that. And then getting home from the Fringe, spunking loads of money. And getting home, my agent was like, "Yeah, they don't want to use it, so they're going to give you £500 just for coming in." And I was like, "Hey, you may fucking get your finger out constantly fucking. You may find a way to get me paid."
I need
like,
to find $7.5 grand here somewhere.
yeah. And then sure enough, the Harp ad comes on TV and it's like, "Harp, never ever drink and drive." I'm like, "Fuck you, my nemesis."
You in your fucking waistcoat.
Ah, you fucking jacket throwing bastard.
Oh fuck!
So I did I did once. I don't think they used this either. They once got me to go in and read GCSE history textbooks so that blind people could fucking.
As if the poor bastards haven't suffered enough.
Here, £1,200. I had to go in and be like, "In 1066, fucking." Blah, blah, blah.
You did not?
They definitely didn't use it. There's no way they used that because I could not imagine any fucking poor blind student being like, "I do not want to learn about history from a cunt from Lurgan." In 1066, William the Conqueror fought the Battle of Hastings and Collie Duffy, nothing to do with it, I swear.
Did you at least ham it up a bit? No.
I can't remember. I just remember being like, "There's nothing." Like, there's been a couple of times where I've done radio sitcoms and stuff, and it is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Where you're in a room.
I remember turning on the radio last year. Remember
Yeah,
and I
popping
was
up.
like, "There's Sean Haggerty." I was like, "Oh, that's fucking Mickey."
Aye, it was a
You're very distinctive, yeah.
very weird thing where like when you are in a room with nobody else and they can see you in a camera, like there's a camera pointing into the room,
Right.
and it's like a soundproof room where they're going, "What I need you to do is walk past the microphone so it sounds like you're walking past somebody," and you're like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Shoulder to shoulder.
You know, it's the radio, don't you? Like, you're making me do physically act for the fucking radio.
Yeah, they're getting you. I can pay you radio fees.
Yeah, it was very, very odd to be like, try that one, like, again, when they're going, like, because you don't realize how much you use your face. Do you know what I mean? Which could be the great start of a stroke ad. You don't realize how much you use your face, but stop smoking. Strokes. 1 in 5.
In the future, when all ads have to be 5 seconds.
Yeah.
There's
Strokes.
stroke
No. Obviously only using the one hand. Tries to do 2 thumbs down, just spills his drink. Strokes. Knockout. Don't like him.
Well, if somebody is going to YouTube to complain about our abusive stroke victims. Just add it to the list of other things.
I once said smoking doesn't cause strokes. Well, I'm laughing the other side of my face now, aren't I? Fucking ear had one. I know to get my drink.
Oh dear Lord! Did you just toss that fucking bottle? A bad hand. Oh. I know that's clipworthy.
Fucking
but I
hell.
also know we can't share it.
Think of all the fun you could have. Do you want to talk like Stephen Hawking at a party? Figs. Thank you. I use nicotine patches. You know what I mean? What other? I reckon you could definitely put me in charge of some of those things. Like.
I would love to see a Mickey Bartlett ad campaign on health issues.
Yeah, I think even just imagine just the meeting, just me. What about this? Colon cancer, right? Well, again, I'm on my big hands. If you don't want me up your arse, have an apple. Colon cancer. Do you know what I mean? You think that'd be good?
That would be. I think like you would waken up a lot of people to maybe inspecting their colon.
Something like you go
have a look up there, big lad.
You go like,
stick a finger in all time, would you?
Go like. Some guy tries to pour a fucking bottle of water into a Ryan Giggs Kickmaster, spills everywhere. Colon cancer. Diarrhea can be a sign. Imodium. I'd be perfect for Imodium.
That would be the
Do you want a hole like a Kickmaster? Imodium. Because shitting yourself isn't funny. It is.
We would need. We could come up with a load of advertisements for any health or pharmaceutical companies out there that want us to.
Aye. Just somebody fires a cork out of their asshole. Fibre. Good for you. Brand flex. Do you know what I mean?
Vaccine. Oh no.
Yeah, you could definitely.
No, we can't do that.
There's definitely fucking tons of things you could do. Like you flick a Rice Krispie off somebody's ball bag and go, genital warts is not a joke. I can see it now. Do you know what I mean?
A Rice Krispie.
You can see like a Rice Krispie off a flap. Always wear a Joe bag so you can, because sometimes it's not Rice Krispie. It needs work. It's not very catchy. But
does your gooch snap, crackle, or pop? You may have. Crackles the all time.
Does your gooch snap, crackle, or pop? Oh my god.
Oh man. I will not get that visual over it. I'll never be able to look at Rice Krispie again.
I know. I'm thinking something very racist about Cocoa Puffs with it. I'm Morgan Freeman. And genital warts is not a joke. This is a Cocoa Pop, but it might not be.
Please stop.
I remember the first time I saw a genital wart. Reminded me of the first time I met Andy Dufresne.
Because he was eating a bowl of puppet I don't know if did we start out today trying to our best to get off YouTube? Is this like a competition that I don't know about today because we're fucking winning here?
This one might not go out. If you're listening to this, you're definitely in the inner circle. Speaking of inner circles, look after your rectum. Bananas.
That's not right. So anybody that is affected by those syndromes or the diseases.
Have you got genital warts? Sell it bang! Are you Kate and Jerry McCann? Vanish!
That's it. That did it. Good night, Irene. See you later.
I've got a sore head.
Fucking
Snap, crackle, or pop. That was tremendous. I'm very proud of you.
Fucking vanish.
Fuck. I have a sore head.
Oh no.
Do you know what the worst part is? I could have kept that match for next week's podcast.
We did burst through about 6 weeks worth of
I
sponsorship
blew my wad early there. Oh, blowing your wad early. Durex performer.
Right, okay. So I don't know where the fucking got to that.
Want to be in and out and shake it all about before anyone notices? Rehypnol.
There's a lot could be done alright.
I don't even know what to fucking talk about now. I've really. Does your gooch snap, crackle, or pop? Fuck me. I want that written in your headstone. I'm genuinely going to be like Emer. Sorry for your trouble, but the funniest thing a man ever said. People need to know about it. And also, it's a handy way to remind you to go and test yourself for STIs.
Take a wee look for that.
I can't take a wee look at that. Jesus Christ. It's frothing away there.
Milk leaking out of it.
Aye, fuck.
Oh, right.
What are we talking about now?
Let's move on to fucking crunchy nut cornflakes.
Their asses. I've had that for months.
That's shredded wheat.
The soles of your feet look like continental breakfast. You probably have sore ass.
Looks like fucking salami on a, what do you call it, charcuterie?
Charcuterie. Don't even trying to make me laugh at French stuff this week. Ensemble. I'm still fucking cracking up with that. Oh, so what happened to we hear this here? It happened to me in the way I just on this week's episode of Fuck You, you cunt.
Oh,
so we're on the way down. But I didn't have any breakfast this morning in the house because a bit of a rush.
Yeah,
I need to bleed my radiator. So you left the fucking heating on, no gas. So I was fucking running about trying to sort out my heating. So James and I were, and Jack, of course, were on the way down and was pulled into a yard. And I was like, I'm just going to run in, grab a wee fucking something from the hot deli.
Yes.
Right? And I'm standing there holding my jam on.
Right.
And then I thought, I might get something to eat. And a man came over, and I don't know if he listens to this podcast or not, but a sizable unit of a man.
Right. Hefty.
Need you look like me, put it that way.
Fuck.
Right. Right.
That's a big boy.
Just a big boy. And he goes, now, Mickey Bartlett, do you really need that? And I was like, you're in the queue too, you fat fuck. And the worst part was I was eating it outside because I was waiting on James and Jack, so I was eating standing beside a fucking bin, and he came out and just saw me buy a bin, ratting a jam bun. I'm not going to sleep now. It's like that time I can't drink my water. Remember, we're coming up in 2 years. It's going to keep me awake all night. Look like fucking... I swear to God, he looked like Humpty Dumpty with a mask on.
But could you
He came up and
imagine?
told me to fucking... He looked like a Duplo toy, do you know? We fucking...
That's
wee shiny head and all. Fat baldy fuck.
the level of Northern Ireland showbiz is when the paparazzi catches Mickey Bartlett stands beside a bin eating a fucking jam.
I swear to fuck, if he'd have been walking out of that shop and a man with a tuba played him out, I wouldn't have been surprised. And he's fucking slagging me off for having an impromptu jam bun. A morsel.
A mere morsel?
A mere morsel. Just a quick ham and cheese torn over. And there he is. Do you need that? Do you? I'm like, do you need fucking size 10 shoes because you're only a size 6, you fat fuck? No shirts come with 3XLs as well. I can see your fucking chest, so your buttons are popping off. You fucking, I need a fucking face mask or a shield to stop the buttons hitting me in the eyes. Fat bastard, you. Just because you don't wash in the pool.
Was this Lurgan side or Tyrone side?
Tyrone side.
Oh, Tyrone.
Lady,
Jesus, fuck's sake.
That's the man fucking... do the hand-to-mouth test. Just put your hand up, put your hand down. See, you can do it. fucking fat.
Leave Mickey
possum
alone
or
if you see him.
bastard.
And everybody's entitled to a jambon.
Aye. And you can tell he puts his belt on like that. Do you know what I mean? Like he's to throw his belly over the top and go, hey, here we go. That belt's doing fuck all.
You're a bit surprised.
Just
You wouldn't know.
I know. I'm not
You
yet.
have fat man
Not
problems,
yet.
but they're
I do.
coming.
Oh, here I'm developing them. I have noticed. I have noticed since I've been off the drink, my belly isn't as big. Definitely isn't as bloated.
Oh, you get bloated
It doesn't
with
feel
that,
like
yeah.
it hangs as low because it was starting to do a wee bit of a. I was like, "Fuck, is this 35?" You should start lifting this up.
Yeah. Gravity plays a part too.
Aye.
Yeah. So does Monster Munch and stuff. But I mean,
I'd like to
ultimately it's gravity.
because I'm thinking. I think now I'm cured enough that I can start going back to the gym, and I would like to. I would like to get into the sort of shape where I can comfortably wear a cowboy belt. Not that I would wear a cowboy belt.
Wear a what belt?
Cowboy belt. I want to comfortably be able to wear a belt with a big buckle. Not that I'm going to, but I want the option.
Right.
Because that was one of the things I noticed when I first started putting weight on. Cowboy belts were in at the time, and I would have to open it to drive.
Yes. That constant problem I have.
Do you know what I mean? That's what.
Okay. But you'll never wear it.
I'll never wear it. I just want to have one.
Just the option.
Do you know what I
Okay,
mean?
that's
Yeah.
right. Everybody needs to have an option.
Yeah. I just always think there's something about a cowboy belt. It always reminds me of, do you know that bit in Universal Soldier where Dolph Lundgren has the man by the foot and he's like, "I like your belt," and he takes the belt off in one go. I feel like you can't do that when you have to open a buckle, but with a cowboy belt you can just pop the clasp
And go.
and it's just straight out.
And is this for ease of access, if, like just to get your cock out, sort of thing? Is that
No. Just them days are gone.
Oh, Jesus.
Fucking me, 35 now. Fucking hell. It's
Not 35 yet. 35 no.
March, 35 March. But I'm saying I'm 35 now. I'm just
You may
telling
as well
people.
round up
may as
to
well-
40.
yeah, I'm not rounding up to 40 yet. Like I'm not a loser. But I am just saying 35 now. That's my new thing. I'm just telling people, yeah, I'm 35, and it's the first time in my life that I've been fucking disgusted about my age.
All right.
Yeah, halfway to you're halfway to 70 now. Like,
don't be
not
that.
that I'm going to hit 70. Well, I don't know what kind of fucking medical drug will have to invent for that to happen. But
Yeah, it's not the last time you had that thought.
oh, I know it's just the first time.
It's just the first, yeah. It won't be the
Yeah.
last. Every year.
I remember sort of half
Next
thinking.
year's like, fucking
I remember
son.
half thinking it when I was 26.
Right.
So fuck late 20s. But now I'm like 35 is. I'm still hanging on to being in my mid 30s.
Okay, but you get away with mid 30s, yeah.
But I'm not in my early
You're
30s anymore.
literally mid-30s,
I'm literally mid 30s, yeah. And then next year becomes late 30s, isn't it?
I'm sorry to say, yeah.
I'm gonna call 36 mid to late 30s. I'm gonna really hang on to it.
It's a bit, syllable wise, is a bit much.
Not for me. I'm great at
Yeah, you
syllables.
stick with mid
I
or
love,
late.
love mid to late 30s. I'm in mid to late 30s. I see. Do you know what sticks in my head? I remember my uncle turning 35 years ago, and my ma going, "That's middle aged." And
You thought it was ancient that stage when you were younger?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the same.
but now 30,
Especially
I know-
40.
I know people now say you're middle aged when you're 50 because thank fuck people are like going, right, we're living longer. I'm probably more than halfway through my life. I do think that. I don't think I'll hit 70.
Oh, I'm definitely, yeah.
Fucking
I
no
would
chance.
say I'm about 4/5 the way through.
What do you reckon you'll hit?
5, 6.
What do you reckon? What would you be happy with? I always remember thinking I'd be happy with 60, but fuck no.
No, what I think it would hit and what I'd be happy with, I think it would hit about 55, 60, but I'd be happy with 43.
Fuck. Home life okay, Connor?
Everything's great, Mike. Yeah, it's lovely.
PlayStation arrived yet?
Just not yet, no.
Give you something to live for.
It has.
FIFA's going to go all the way up to 30, so well, it's not even actually. Is it? FIFA stops now. The stop.
Oh, is it? What?
Was there not, I read somewhere. Was there not something about FIFA and EA Sports in the game have like lost the license to the FIFA games, so
Motherfucker.
they're not going to be calling it FIFA anymore.
Well, there's nothing more annoying than the FIFA being a year ahead of what it is. It does my fucking nothing.
I don't bring it out in September whenever it's like, especially when it's just the same game over and over again. I mean, they can't change much.
Well, no. Apparently this year is a big change, but the last 3 or 4 years, no.
See, I haven't really played it before, so I've got FIFA 22 in the house. I know.
Rub it in, don't you? You can't.
Well, nah, it's a game. You just play it.
You have to rub it in.
Butter you rub in. It probably doesn't work now because I tried to pick it up when my hands were all looby, so it's probably fucked.
All looby, that sounds fucking...
Yeah, that's how Chinese people say your daughter's name.
That has to have done it. That has to be... That has to be it.
If it doesn't end the podcast, it left me in my career. Anyway. You can fucking kiss that BBC Northern Ireland show goodbye.
Oh, fuck. From now on, I'm calling her Luby. That's it.
You can only call her Luby when she's covered in butter.
Oh, Oh, sweet Lord.
I'm ashamed of myself. I'm not even sure. What do you
not,
expect?
what
I
do
mean,
you- what do you
I'm
expect?
always
Come
going to
over.
try and push the envelope a wee bit, like, aren't I?
Yeah, well, always push it out.
That's right. I'm only joking. Like, I'm
Well,
actually a
and
really
the-
sound person. I
Actually,
don't know what
what
it
we-
is, but once there's a microphone in my face, I am a dick.
What we've learned about in the last year and a half is that we can say pretty much anything and we'll stay on YouTube as long as you don't mention it.
I do, yeah. Well, not yeah.
We have said like some
we have said some fucking horrible
brutal
things.
bad.
So remember
on purpose to try
remember
and-
the week I tested it
That's
and
right,
started
we
talking about how
tested.
much I want to fuck kids, and YouTube was like, "Go on ahead, big lad, fucking throw it."
Aye,
But don't
sure.
say AstraZeneca is bad.
Ooh, fucking keywords, bastards.
I know, I'm trying to say it in a faster accent, so the fucking. Did I tell you? Did I bring this up about me getting banned off Facebook and Instagram?
No,
Did I tell you what happened about this? I don't know if I've said this in the podcast. The only reason I bring it up was because I noticed Shane Todd a week or two ago got a warning on Instagram for making a joke about himself. And went up against the community standards on Instagram, right?
Right.
Now, I don't know if you've ever been on Instagram, but there's a lot of hers on it. But I had every Christmas I do make the same joke, but with a different historical photo, right? So every Christmas on Facebook, I go another Christmas, another Bartlett family pajama, right?
Yes.
And it's been things like an IRA meeting or a UVF meeting or like a Taliban thing or something like that. And this, what I did was, it's a famous photo, and it's famous because it's supposed to show you how bad the world can be. And it's a child in a Ku Klux Klan outfit, right? While the Ku Klux Klan look on, and there's one of the Ku Klux Klan members is a woman holding a handbag, right?
Okay.
And it's a famous photo, and it's called something fucking horrendous. And I put that up on Facebook with like, look at Granny, the scamp, right? And Facebook was like, that's against the rules. And then they went back to April last year where I photoshopped my head on a body positivity photo shoot that I took from Facebook. So there was a body positive man in the nip doing, right? And I photoshopped my head onto one of them and put it up being like, had a great time at the plus size photo shoot.
Right.
And Facebook went back to last April and went, and by the way, that was fucking pushing it too.
Off.
Yeah.
Last
so
April?
So I've been banned from advertising on Facebook for up to 30 days for sharing just a photo.
That's fucking.
With a joke.
That is serious power there, isn't it?
It's insane. It's crazy because even then I tried to
Fucking hell.
appeal it twice, and obviously it's still just an algorithm. So Facebook's like, well, you can't. I'm sorry, there's nobody here. It's bad.
Jesus, that's an awful lot of power. That.
It's crazy, like.
But as well as not only power, but then do you think then the Ku Klux Klan picture flagged you up and then they like basically-
Listen to this and heard me
Well, they-
making
well, they
racist
basically
jokes, put
said-
2 and 2 together and got 4.
What I'm saying is that
5, I mean.
some sort of bot or some sort of algorithm then scanned the rest of your timeline to go for that far back. To
Yeah, it was
April,
weird, like, yeah.
it wasn't going to be a person scrolling through.
But
it
it's the
was
thing
gonna
that it's went back to April and then saw that photo and gone, well, this is clearly nudity, so it's against the rules. And I'm like, but I got this from Facebook.
okay, now. And Instagram the same?
Instagram told me off as well, yeah, well, because they're linked as well, so I couldn't.
Oh, right,
I could
yes,
just notice that
obviously.
my. No, I think it ended
I
today.
didn't think that they carried across their punishment across companies.
Well, yeah, because there was what else did I put up? I put a photo up of me and my mates at uni dressed up as Smurfs, and what we'd done was to make the the big Smurf hats.
Yeah.
we filled pillowcases with newspaper to make them look like big hats,
Aye.
but they all came out looking like very nices. So I put this photo up being like, look at. I think I called one of them ISIS Smurf or something fucking
Right,
like
okay,
jihad
yeah.
Smurf, something daft like that. And Facebook was like, that's fucking too much. And I was joking that Facebook thought that was too blue because we were Smurfs. So I've been told off. I've been told off several times. Yeah, yeah.
That's fucking weird, isn't it?
Very, very odd. And it was.
And
It
it's
is,
considering some of the things that they
Are allowed to stay on Facebook? Yeah,
there,
yeah.
and I mean some fucking mental
insane
stuff.
shit. Like yeah. So it's
So it
very
has to be a
interesting.
targeted thing then.
I don't know if it's a
Do you think
target
it's
thing.
the
I
pub-
just
do you think somebody that doesn't like you in the public has reported you and then found that KKK one and then thought, right, okay, I'm going to go back and see what else he's
I
done?
think the problem you really have is trying to find somebody in the public that doesn't like me.
Oh, that's right. Well, I mean, listen, goes without saying. In
Do you know what I mean?
business, you know,
They do call me the nation's sweetheart.
they do.
The nation itself is just my man's house, but they do have a flag.
It's still sovereign. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. Sovereign land. I've got the deeds, but they have the deeds, but I'll have them soon. That persistent cough making me think, guess who's getting a 3-bedroom detached house?
Your sister.
Yeah, she's the one they're proud of because she has a job and a family.
Job.
Oh, look, I got a mortgage and I'm the favourite. but on fucking television. I was on the blame game like 3 times.
You'd still be the favourite. Firstborn's always favourite.
No, I think we're pretty evenly.
Oh, yes.
Is there a favourite in your house?
Is that how bad you?
Yeah.
There's a row going on.
Your favourite was
The youngest, yeah. So there's a row goes on in our house because 2 of my brothers I just fight all the time and joke all the time about who my ma loves the most. Me and my other brother aren't even in the fucking running for it. Like we don't even yet. Sometimes I get thrown in, but Hump, the poor bastard, he's never in it. He's not allowed. Just
I can't believe they named him Hump as well.
I know. Well, that's what maybe why
Named after where he was conceived.
why he doesn't like her.
It's not a dual carriage. I bucked your man around a bit. We just called him Hump. Yeah, we went
tell you about cheese.
Don't eat him before bed, anyway. We've had that debate for a long time in our house. Well, we're like, my sister's convinced I'm the favourite, and I'm convinced she's the favourite.
Yeah, okay.
But there are definite signs that I might be.
Yeah. Well,
the thing is, the accusation of the forks in the bedroom situation, right? Now, my sister was taking those. I'll get over it soon, but she would basically take the forks to work with her.
Oh,
and then leave them in work.
She's a bad bastard.
And then it was like,
I love her.
my ma was like, you're hiding them in your bedroom. And I'd be like, why? What fucking giant fork do you think I'm trying to staple together? What do you think I'm trying to do with all these fucking forks?
Some company in Belfast holding a HR meeting going, look, somebody's bringing in forks.
Aye. Please coming down with forks. I would be mad. What do you think, you're Yuri Geller? Like, what do you think I'm trying to do? Glue them together so I've got something to go with my sword?
I would say you're firstborn boy. I'd say you're the.
I know there were situations
I always let my 2 brothers fight about it, and then secretly in the background going, I know it's me.
Well, see, there was definitely things where, like, I remember coming home drunk when I was a teenager. Again, I probably told this before, and my boat all over the house, and my dad was like, "Were you drinking last night?" And I was like, "No," and he was like, "Don't talk shit, and fucking coach." And I was like, "Oh, sorry." And I went into the kitchen, and my mum was like, "Were you drinking last night?" And I just thought, fucking, I might as well admit it. I've been caught already. And I went, "Yeah, I was." And she went, "No, you weren't." And I was like, "Did you just Jedi mind trick yourself?" And I remember being like, "Can I have £20 to go to the cinema this evening?" She was like, "Yeah." And I went out and got blocked again.
Favourite.
But then again, my sister, I remember one time my mum was going, "That child will never drink.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the state you were in your 18th birthday. That scared that child. She will never, alcohol will never pass her lips." And I looked at my sister, who was 14, at the breakfast table going,
Women are they're definitely the best when it comes to fooling the parents about
drinking.
About anything.
Aye.
But my aunt would have been the same. She'd talking about my cousin who was, say she was 16 at the time, and me being obviously 7 or 8 years older, she was, but Conor, I swear to God, she doesn't even like the taste of it. She's telling me she doesn't even like the taste. I was like, that's fucking wild, because I carried her out of the fucking pub last week. She was steaming.
See that Chinese up the street? Do not go near it. She keeps getting food poisoning every week. That child comes home, she's boking and vomiting. I tell her not to go to it. She keeps going. She says she likes the kung pao chicken, but I won't open dark and do it.
I never thought of that. That's a fucking genius. Food poisoning.
Yeah, bad Chinese. Bad Chinese.
Men are just too fucking simple. We just go in and go, oh, what was on?
Aye. I think there's always a point whenever you're trying to open a front door with a key, but you would think you're casting a spell. Like when you trip and fall halfway up the stairs and shout the words, "I'm all right," and everybody's in bed.
Expelliarmus! And you run around fucking.
I'm okay. I think women can boke quieter as well.
Women are just more creative in all the things, so they're like they can come up with better lies. They can be more sneaky. We're just clumsy fucking galoots.
The shit that my sister got away with when she was like, I remember one of her mates boked on the floor and then scooped it up in a glass and just left it in the room. And I was like, how did you not smell that her room was stinking? I thought it was your fucking room. I thought you were wanking again. Fucking dirty bastard.
The pollution was spreading.
Fucking boking forks all over the bastard's room, and I'm getting blamed for everything. It was
Maybe she's not just some sort of fetish.
But no, there was definitely a thing in our house though where my sister could have her mates around drinking, carrying on, being dicks, and my mum was like, "It's great to have the girls around the place." And anytime I brought a friend around, my mum would do this, right? They'd be in whatever room they'd be in, and my mum, I'm sorry, apologies to anyone who's not paying for Patreon to watch this, but my mum would look like clock me and go. And I'm like, do you know when somebody's trying to talk so quietly but their mouth's going? And I'd be like, he can fucking hear you whispering, you bitch, you know what you're doing. When are they going home? When the fuck are they going home? And like, well, he fucking walked in, we're leaving now. Like,
I wonder.
Fucking Sarah's mate shitting all over the fucking bleeding
that's what I was gonna say.
tampons
Well,
stuck to the roof and all.
You'd wonder the
It's
reason
fucking
behind
Sex
that.
in the City, isn't it?
Because some of the girls can be fucking messy as fuck when it comes to puking and doing all
Aye.
that. But then men, I suppose, pissing on the floors. Maybe that's
No, but none of
Or
my
did
mates
she
ever,
think-
none of my mates ever pissed or shit or booked anywhere. Apart from one mate who, but that was before we even of drinking age. He would just vomit because we had too much because we were fat cunts. Threw up my hair
Sleepover
one night.
parties.
Swear to God. We built a hut in my bedroom and he booked in my hair in the middle of the night.
Lovely.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
That's your excuse. Oh, that's not fair. You have pretty good hair.
But that's a fucking.
No, I'm not talking to you now.
Oh, sorry.
You know I'm nervous about it. It's not that I'm going bald, just my face is getting bigger. That's what's happening.
That's what it is. I.
It's growing away from my head.
Time to say goodbye, my friend.
I fucking can't wait to really. Nobody let me do it. Any of the people in my life are like, not yet, not yet. And I'm going, just fucking let me shave it off so people get used to the idea.
I'll do it.
I know you would. This chair's squeaky.
So that's the
Oh,
end.
smells
of
like
the,
shit.
That's the end of the podcast, and we're going to open a door.
Open the door, open my jeans. I think that's scary.
Oh, it's wafting. Oh, it's wafting.
Yeah.
Right, that's.
Don't know why you feel bad. I need to go wipe my ass.
On that.
That's what
buzzer-
I call a differ.
That's. It's because you can't differentiate between that.
No,
and the
that's a Lurgan Rally. That one, there's skid marks everywhere. It's a joyrider. Fucking hell.
Oh,
Christ
okay,
alive.
we gotta go. We got to
It's
go.
staying behind me. It's like not coming.
It's fucking not because it's tickling my ear. I can feel it.
That surprised me too. That came from like my back. I think your spinal fluid and that. I thought I had a slip disc until I farted there.
Did you fart? No, it was just my back
I'm
creaking.
just cracking my back.
Oh, right. If you're
Anal
listening,
fissures.
if you're listening to this, if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple, you're probably a week behind. So
Speaking of week behind, sorry about that. Fuck.
oh, that's what we love. That's what we love.
Oh no, shouldn't open my mouth.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Yeah, let's go. So yes, if you're listening to this, you're a week late. It's because on Patreon you'll get a week earlier access. So sometimes you'll see clips put up on Instagram. Look, it's making his eyes water. That's how fucking bad it is. So yes, please go and be a patron if you can, and if you're
What the fuck am I doing?
even if
I'm
you're
a professional comedian. Like, I just fucking farted.
I've never done that ever in my showbiz career. Do you do that in a game? I bet you don't. Who's to blame?
Well, the shite usually goes out of my mouth in the blame game. Fuck, that really surprised me. There's another one in the chamber too. Like
no.
I feel like a Sandy Hook shooter.
Oh, here we go.
See you next week. What's up, motherfuckers?